Yo guys, welcome back. We have a new OCG meta game report. We have not had one for a while now, but it's always very interesting to see what is happening in the OCG because this is definitely coming to us in Master Duel and also obviously to the TCG. We have here 186 top performing decks from 34 tournaments, 43 tournaments that were held in Japan, China, Mainland, Indonesia, Thailand, South Korea, and Vietnam during 11th until 19th of May. And we can see right here, no big surprise, Tenpai Dragon is at the top. They had their new support that we will go over in a moment here. We have Snake Eyes, which funnily enough was always only a thing in TCG, but now with this new engine that we will also get in Master Duel, you could call it the new Diabellstar Snake Eye engine we will get in the future. It's back at the top together with Yubel that is also profiting from this new engine. I think Fire King is also playing as you have Voiceless Voice here, the new ritual deck that we will get in Master Duel, I think pretty soon. And then we have Labyrinth here, which makes sense. Labyrinth is always a deck that you can just go play, put different traps in there to counter whatever is good in the meta. And we can see it right here. We have 47 Tenpai decks, we have Tenpai Dragon decks, we have Snake Eyes, the main variants being the Fiendsmith Snake Eye. And obviously we will talk about this complete Fiendsmith engine here on the channel in the future, because this is the new big engine for this year that has released in the OCG and will release in the TCG pretty soon and will definitely dominate the game for a while, I think. Fiendsmith, the new Diabellstar engine, you could say. Diabellstar was the engine from last year and Fiendsmith is the engine from this year. There's always like one big engine. We had the Adventurer engine the year before that really dominates the meta, and this time around it's Fiendsmith, and I will show this to you in a moment. We have Tenpai Dragon here. They're talking about that they are not playing Mulch Mummy Porulia, which is the new Maxi basically, because against Snake Eyes, and that is very true. And I've talked about this in the Mulch Mummy Porulia video. Is this the new Maxi? You can check this out in the top right corner. That sometimes, because this new card gives you basically a draw for every normal or special summon from the hand. And against Snake Eyes, they are pretty much describing this here very correctly. This can sometimes amount to only 3 cards because you just go and they describe it here: Snake Eye Ash, Snake Eye Poplar, and then maybe a Diabellstar. But if they obviously knew that you have the new Maxi, then they might not even do this. So we can see here the Tenpai Dragons stuff, the new cards being the Genroku and the, I think it's called Draco Dragon thing, something. We can also open up Master Duel Meta to check out these cards. But this is basically the new Poplar for the deck. It seems to be the case that every new deck gets a Poplar, which means gets a card that can be special summoned from the hand if it is being added to the hand, and you can add this card to your hand via your Dora Draco here. This can add it to the hand, and then you can special summon it. For some reason, Master Duel meta is takes so long to load stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy how long it takes. But this is the new one. As you can see, if this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it as a tuner, which is very cool for Tenpai because Tenpai only has the Chandra as their tuner. There's also a new trap, but that's not that important. And I think it's called Draco something. Dora Draco is the add card. Oh, it's also an old card, Poki Draco, Dora Draco. Okay, this is a new card that can add. This card is normal summon. You can add 1 level for all over fire monster, a dragon, a monster from your deck to your hand. So it's like a Snake Eye Ash, adding a Snake Eye Poplar and then summoning itself. So yeah, there's also other decks, the Melodio stuff. They also have this Poplar mechanic. They also have a card that when it's added to the hand, you can basically special summon a card. So this is it from a design perspective, something that Konami likes to do at the current state of the game. There's also the Star Slayer that we will hopefully get soon, because this is a very nice card balancing the meta a bit. But yeah, it's the Tenpai meta. What can I say? Tenpai is running around. Obviously, this is also because they are sometimes have these best of 1 tournaments here in the OCG, which is very nice for Tenpai. If you are able to side deck against Tenpai, then it's obviously not as strong as it would be if you, would be able to play a best of 1. By the way, take note of all these extra deck monsters here. If you have them, don't decraft them. For example, if you have all the Rudy Rose Dragons, the Rose Dragons basically, don't decraft them because you will use them in Tenpai when it comes in Master Duel. We have Snake Eye with the new Fiendsmith engine, which is the Fiendsmith itself, this card here. And then there's the Lurry, and then you have this Fiendsmith quick play spell card. And these get you into the Fiendsmith extra deck monsters that you can see right here. The Fusion Monster, the Link 1 and the Link 2, the Sequentia, here. And then you will have 2 Fiendsmith bodies, which are level 6, that can go into Caesar, giving you the ability to 2 times negate a special summon, which protects you against Nibiru, for example. This can also make a Beatrice, and Beatrice is then able to get you into your Snake Eye engine. I will show you Fiendsmith combos in the future because this is definitely very relevant. And if you were happy about the fact that Snake Eye has gotten another hit, I think you will be a bit disappointed because you can see they also have the Wanted at 1 as we have in Master Duel. They have the Ash at 2 still, but even with the Ash at 1, with the new Fiendsmith engine, it matters even less because with the Fiendsmith combo, as I already explained, you can go into the Beatrice and then Beatrice can dump your Snake Eye Ash into the graveyard from the deck, and obviously you only need 1 in the deck to be able to do this, and if you draw the 1 Snake Eye Ash, then it's even better because then you can just normal summon the card, and then you are able in the Fiendsmith combo to revive this Snake Eye Ash you have dumped to the graveyard with the Beatrice with the Promethean Princess. So yeah, you only having 1 Snake Eye Ash is not that bad with the Fiendsmith engine. So unfortunately for all of you who really hate the Snake Eye stuff, it is here to stay. It will get new support with the Fiendsmith engine that then needs some more hits, like the Diabellstar engine is being hit right now, but this will also need hits and will get hits probably in order to make it less strong. But yeah, this is just what it will be. The fire decks are definitely on the rise. You can see Tempered Dragon also a fire deck. The big year of the fire cards is not over. And then we have Yubel, which is the deck I'm very excited for. Very, very cool because this is a fan favorite deck. This is an anime card kind of deck. And with the new support, the Nightmare Throne, which is the card you can see here, also the other new support cards, this is definitely a very strong deck. And you can see we are also playing this with the Fiendsmith stuff here. Makes sense because all of them are Fiends. The Yubel stuff is also Fiend. And it's just an amazing engine that you can put into your deck to get access to a Beatrice or another, the rank 7. Special summon negate, so it's definitely an engine that is very splashable meaning that you can put it into a lot of decks and they will just profit from it because you can make an early Beatrice or an early DD Wave King High Caesar. But yeah, you will also a deck that is very prominent here because of the Fiendsmith stuff. And we will see this in Master Duel. I think this will take a while until it comes out at full power, but let's see. TCG is still missing this fusion card here, which is very, very strong. This will then make this deck full power, but you never know with Master Duel. We have seen this in the past a lot, where Master Duel just like randomly gets a complete archetype that has not been even completely out in the TCG. Like with Fire King, we are getting Fire King next week, and we are getting the Consort Ulcanix, which is not even out in the TCG. So I personally like this. I personally think we should catch up to the OCG. We should just have the normal format. I think also, you can let me know in the comments what you think of this, that Master Duel would be played way more if we had just the OCG format, because I think then also TCG players who at this current point do not play Master Duel would play Master Duel, because then they can play the OCG format. I think this would be very clever, but I'm not sure. Konami, I guess, knows what it does there. By the way, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell as to not miss a video and help out the channel. That would be amazing. We can see this is the conclusion here for this meta report. We are not seeing, they always pick like the 3 most, or sometimes the 4 most represented decks here this time around, and not including the Fire King. But we can also take a look at a recent tournament that was held here that wasn't even included in this metagame report, and you can see Centurion being up here. We will get this in the future, but not quite sure how impactful this will be, because we have the King Calamity band, but you can see right here in this deck, for example, there isn't even a King Calamity, so you might also be able to play this without. We can play the red Supernova Dragon Archfiend guy. How is the guy called? Because this is also a clear the field type of effect. This is a very nice idea, because if you sync summon once per turn, when your opponent's monster effect is activated, or when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can activate this attack, banish this card, also banish all cards your opponent controls. So you can make this on your turn in Centurion. I think Centurion will be a fan favorite in Master Duel when it finally comes, because it enables very cool synchro plays into big synchro boss monsters, and I think this is something people just like from a playing perspective, but very surprising to see this here at the top. Centurion definitely not a deck that was a big player in the OCG, and as of right now. We can see another Centurion Dragon Link deck here, also very, very fun. Maybe we will see a recurrence of Dragon Link with the Centurion stuff. I guess we will get Centurion, not in this this pack, but the next one, we might be surprised because we have the King Calamity ban with this new ban list, which does not really make sense if we do not get Centurion, and it seems to be the case if we do not get Centurion. We might be surprised. I don't think so. I think Centurion is coming next. Then here's Tenpai Dragon. I think this might even be the list that, no, it can't because it's not in the metagame report. But yeah, we have Tenpai Dragon here, another Tenpai Dragon deck, obviously, and then Tenpai Dragon. So yeah, you can see what is coming to us in the future. And then we have Ritual Beast, which this is a deck I'm not even aware of. You can let me know in the comments if you know what this deck is even doing. I'm not really aware. But yeah, this was this mainland China tournament here. Centurion being at the top here, very excited when we finally get this deck. Also take a note of all of these extra deck monsters here. If you have them, don't decraft them. So don't decraft your and how is this guy called? The Cosmic Blazar Dragon or something. Don't decraft these cards. Just keep them and you will be able to use them in the future. Guys, let me know what you think of the current metagame state in the OCG. Do you like it? Are you worried for the appearance of the Fiendsmith stuff here in Master Rule? Because then Snake Eyes will get a boost once again, will be one of the strongest decks. But maybe at that point we will also have Yubel, and then you can go Fiendsmith Yubel, which also would be very fun. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for being here, and we will see each other in the next one.